We have great challenges before us, but that's why it's important, officer, remember your oath. National Guard militiaman, do not point that rifle at me. This is the shield, the bulletproof shield against that act. Lawful disobedience is empowered to us by the Constitution. First Amendment, right of the people to peaceably assemble. Second Amendment, the right of the people to keep and bear arms. That's not permission. That's not to give you the right to turn around and squirrel hunt or protect yourself against intruders, to protect your life. The natural law of man, Hobbes, gives us that right. This is to protect us against our government. It's to protect us against our government. And we are now watching a government that is slowly, insidiously, slice by slice by slice, trying to take these things away from us, that when that young man gets as old as me, I won't say any of you because I don't know, but as old as me, I tell you what, who knows what kind of country is waiting for him if we do not stand and stop it now. So people think like, how can I stop it? I come to meetings, I go to Tea Party meetings, I sign books, I do this, I give money. It's not only by voting. If Paul Revere had the internet, he would have needed a horse. He would have needed a horse. We have to educate each one, reach one, each one, teach one, each one tell the other. Do not be afraid. Be bold. Be unafraid. The Constitution is not only a shield, but it is also a sword. And we have to learn how to use this as an implement of war, because we are in a political war. We are also in a spiritual war. And you cannot divide one from the other. Because what is freedom? What is liberty if it's not a spiritual concept? We have to understand what it is. So you can't turn around and throw words around like liberty and freedom and such. It is not a physical anomaly. It is a state of mind. It is a state of mind. So we have to turn around and break out of the mold of conformity that we have all been conditioned to from days on young. We've all been conditioned to resist or avoid conflict. No one wants to get punched in the face, let alone me. You know how many times I've been punched in the face? I assure you, look. Okay? But it's also a very liberating experience to be punched in the face, because then you no longer fear it. And what I'm trying to pass on to you, my good friends, is do not fear it. Fear no one. Fear no one. Stand up against the machine. Rail against them. This guy in the White House is our employee, and he's about to get fired. And if the other guy we don't put in there, we'll fire him too. Remind every civil servant that they took an oath. Remind them that they took that oath and swore before God and men. Remind them that when they cash their paycheck, that it's our tax dollars that pay for it. We obey the law. I'm not talking about to be disobedient to the law. I am talking about understanding the difference between the law, what is law and what is unlawful, between the Constitution and what's unconstitutional. And you don't have to be a constitutional scholar to understand that. You don't have to be a person who has a fear of being accused a bigot if you oppose this president's policies. Read Janine's book. It's in there. What you have to do is each one teach one, each one reach the next one. Remember this. Learn from history. Learn from history. I don't know if there's anyone here young enough who can remember or knows this point of history. There was a fiery speaker and orator in a European country, Germany, that was experiencing economic travails. And he ascended power legally. Legally. He was voted into power legally. And the Reichstag, their legislatures, gave him by law, the enabling law, look it up, the enabling law, which enabled him to have dictatorial powers outside their, they had a constitution, outside their constitution. And in a short 6 years, what happened?
Went to war.
It can happen here. It can happen here. I assure you, it can happen here. So when you find a government trying to disarm the people, when you find mayors against illegal guns, we should have a movement, free people against illegal mayors. Because they're wrong. They are wrong. To blame a gun on killing someone is like blaming a drunk car, a drunk car for driving to kill someone. That doesn't work. Or blame spoons for obesity. That is wrong. They are brainwashing us. So you have to turn around and be firm in yourself. Believe in yourself. Know what the law is. Know what much power you have. And I'm going to leave you with this thought, if I may. How many would like to take the oath that they will affirm to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic? So help me God. Thank you.
Anthony, on behalf of the Mahwah Tea Party and all of us that were not in the military, we want to thank you so very much for the service that you provided our country in protecting our rights to live and be free. Thank you so much.